Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for the week of November 11th through the 17th. So we'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or any advice that Spirit has for you. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see what we have on the horizon for you. Let's see what we have. Stepping into power. You are strong beyond measure. And Spirit, time to collaborate. Okay, so there's, kind of like this message coming through that, sometimes when we work by ourselves, right? That could be working on a relationship, working on a project, working on a new business you'd like to launch, right? It could be even working on something that we're trying to create for ourselves, like building a good habit of exercising or taking good care of ourselves. So there is power in being able to step into what it is that you truly want for yourself. But there's also a message here that sometimes when we allow ourselves to collaborate with others, to get the perspective of others, to get advice from others, right? To literally work with somebody else, that we can actually be more powerful. Okay, so we have our own power, and it's not about giving up your power to someone else. It's about when you combine your power with the power of somebody else, you can really and truly move mountains. So let's take this. Let's say that you're trying to put more exercise, get into a healthier lifestyle, right? And so you're somewhat motivated. You're kind of like, yes, this is something that I really want. You're stepping into your power. You're, putting some good habits into place, all of that. But if you also work with some type of a personal coach or kind of like, a nutritionist or an exercise, trainer of some sort, you could then combine your insight, your motivation, your inspiration, along with their expertise in a certain area in order to make more progress towards the goal that you are wanting to create. Same thing, you're trying to launch a business. Okay, you're inspired, you're motivated, you're putting together a plan, right, that you can act on, that you're excited about. But if you allow yourself to perhaps work with a business coach or a mentor, or even join some type of networking group, right? You can get more out of the experience. You can make more. There's this sense of making more progress towards a goal that you are trying to attain when you allow yourself to work with somebody else. And once again, it's not about giving up your power to that person, right? It's definitely not. It is about holding onto your own power as an individual, knowing what it is that you're wanting to accomplish in the situation, but allowing yourself to also find the different perspective of somebody else, or garnering, let's put it that way, garnering somebody else's expertise in a certain situation, or in like an exercise guru or a business coach or whatever your situation is. It's like, oh, if I combine my inspiration with their wisdom or knowledge, I can get to my destination so much faster. Yeah, I think for some of you, this is perhaps having to do with let's take a look at this. What I do want to say is this is leading you to your 10 of Cups, okay? The Milk and Honey card is your 10 of Cups. Being able to find peace in a certain situation, and then you have creative endeavor underneath, okay? So this could be a business that you're trying to launch, or, something that you're trying to create in your world, something, once again, it could be, a healthier lifestyle or something like that. And if you're feeling a little bit stuck, like you have been really working towards something, right? Trying to accomplish something, yes. Because look, you have the spiritual temple and then you have the Sun card. There's something here that you're trying to accomplish, whether it's a relationship, a career, a business, a lifestyle for yourself. There's something that you have been working towards, okay? But the problem is you're feeling maybe a little bit stuck. There's a way to transform this, to get get to the accomplishment, right? But you have to clean up some of your energy that may be that I don't want to say that you're being stubborn, Cancer, because that's not it. I think that you're highly focused on a certain accomplishment, right? Or a goal that you have set for yourself. There's something that you're truly wanting, but you could almost be kind of like in that energy of expecting it to look a certain way. So part of it could be cleaning up your expectations in a certain situation, or the outcome, or the expectations that you have of somebody else about them working with you, right? So if it's a relationship, it's kind of like your perception of what the halfway mark is. Like if you're in conflict and you're kind of like, well, they have to meet me at least halfway. It's kind of like, okay, can we look at the bigger picture? There's a little bit more of the bigger picture instead of looking perhaps just at what you are putting into the situation. It's kind of like, okay, but what's the overall outcome that you're wanting? If you want somebody to do their half, their fair share, right? So that's their 50% and your 50%. Does it really matter if you give 55% or 60% if you get to accomplish what it is that you want, right? It's understanding, okay, when I'm working with somebody, I can't keep tallies of, who called who last, or, who's done what, who took out the trash last, or who's putting in more work. It's kind of like we're working together, and everybody in the situation, this very Aquarian energy, everybody in the situation is doing their best. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind, that if there's other people that you have high expectations of, it's kind of like understanding perhaps sometimes it's about taking that back, a step back, and looking at the bigger picture. They could be just doing the best that they can. Yeah, because here you have looking into the truth of how working with other people can get you to the accomplishment that you're wanting. But I'm wondering if you're trying to jump ship a little bit too early. It's kind of like, okay, they're not doing it my way, so I've got to go in a different direction, because you have a Fool card here, yeah, and then the Death card. I think what you're understanding is that there is a benefit to working with other people. So let's go back. You could say you're trying to get a healthier lifestyle, right? And so you go to your local gym and you hire a personal trainer and you have one session with that person, right? And you come out of that session, you're kind of like, well, I'll learn nothing new from that. Forget that. I'm not paying, more money for that. It's understanding that maybe it's about not just giving up on the personal trainer or just skipping to a new personal trainer, about having a conversation with the personal trainer about, okay, I want you to understand my goals here, right? And listening to what they have to say. They may say, well, that's our first session. I was trying to, take some type of a stock in what it was that you already can do. My next session, this is what I would do, right? Like understanding that there is a benefit to working with other people instead of maybe cutting and running a little too quickly. Now, if you're not the person that you feel is wanting out of situations and kind of just like letting go of people or situations quickly, right? Then you could be attracting in people that are wanting to cut and run very quickly instead of working it through. Now, even in that situation, there's something to take a look at, right? How your communication skills, how are you communicating with that person? So let's take a look at your obstacle at this time. Yeah, there's a little bit of this energy where when your feelings may get hurt or your expectations of what you want from the situation or from another person isn't met, you may have you may be triggered into a sense of feeling abandoned or rejected, okay? And this I feel like is a childhood wound. So you could have, grown up in a family where if you didn't do the right thing, right, or you didn't do something perfectly the first time or something like that, that you just abandoned that hobby or that something that you wanted to do. So say, for instance, you enjoyed soccer and you went to your very first soccer meet and you didn't score a goal, and your parents said, well, next time you need to try to score a goal, right? And then you were like, the next soccer meet, you were just kind of like, oh, my tummy hurts, I can't play today, right? Because you had some high expectation put on you, and you were concerned that if you didn't meet someone's high expectation, then you would be abandoned or rejected. You wouldn't be loved by your parents. So now you're putting these high expectations, not just on yourself, but on other people, right? The problem is that kind of propels a cycle of letting go of people or situations too quickly. Okay. So even if you're saying, well, I have people in my life that let go of me too quickly, it's understanding that you're still attracting in that type of energy. So you have this even down deep inside of you. It's still something to look at, to heal, because this is the good thing. You are transforming this. You have the death card here. You have the transformation. You are learning, okay, that if you don't do something correctly the first time, right? Or if you have to ask for help, like you have to hire an exercise coach, right? Or a business coach, that's okay, that there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you're lacking and not lovable or not able to succeed on your own. It's just that you're understanding, hey, wait a minute, when I get the help of other people, then I can truly step into my power and accomplish anything that I want to accomplish. This is really a deep energy, Cancer, if you're resonating with it. Just taking a look at it, like when you were a child, if you had a coach or you had parents that, the first time you were on the field, they had criticism for you, understanding that, how would have that played out differently if you had allowed, if you had available to you a coach or a parent that would work with you in a nurturing way, right? That would help you to learn how to kick the ball a little bit better or angle it into the goalpost or something like that, right? It's kind of like, okay, I didn't have what I needed as a child in order to help me to feel like I can succeed anything. So maybe I quit a little bit too soon in relationships or situations. How about if I take another look at this and either nurture myself or allow myself to seek out the help, the support, the encouragement that I may need from the people in my life or people that I could hire that can help me on my path. Really, I think this is like a game changer for you. It is truly a transformation, because what you're understanding is I don't have to fear being rejected anymore if I try something and it doesn't work the first time. Now you're understanding, oh, wait a minute, this just means I'm on a learning curve. This just means that I can ask for help. I can work with other people in order to go to the more colorful side to see the brightness in life. Yeah, so this is your advice from Spirit. You're kind of like allowing yourself to feel inferior to other people, or feeling like there's a sense of competition. Once again, this could come from your childhood where you felt like you were being compared to your siblings, or in your classroom, you could have felt like you were being compared to the other students, from the teacher's point of view, or you could have just been in an energy of comparing yourself to other children, right? There's something here about feeling like the world is full of competition, and if I can't beat the competition, then I don't want to play the game. Okay. But that means that you're missing out on a lot of beautiful things in this world. That means that you're confining yourself to only those things that you can do well. And that might be a very small amount of experiences. This is allowing you to step into your power, to say, well, it doesn't matter if I'm the best or not. I just want to do it. It's like a child that says, it doesn't matter if I score a goal or not. All I want to do is run out on the field on a beautiful day with my friends and enjoy the experience, right? That's totally different. And we are moving from the Capricorn energy into Aquarius. We've been in that Capricorn energy since 2008. At the end of January, we finally move into Aquarius. Right now, we're purging a lot of these old mindsets that if I can't be the best at something, then I just don't want to do it, right? That's something that you may feel like you're kind of like having experiences and you could be triggering situations like that in your life so that you're looking at them, you're healing this deep wound that you have had since, childhood or even from a previous life. You're understanding that it's not necessarily the accomplishment that brings you joy. It is the journey that brings you joy. And that allows you to step into this very powerful energy that helps you to then manifest everything that it is that you are wanting. Think about it. It is really true. When we feel confident in ourselves, right, we can take those actions in life that help us to bring in the accomplishments that we are wanting. And that's what you're transforming. You're understanding, I don't have to do it alone. And it doesn't matter if I don't do it right the first time. And it's just such a game changer because you're allowing yourself to have more experiences in life that are outside this little box of things that you are already good at, right? That's such a beautiful energy because I think that it's kind of like, oh my gosh, now I can go and do whatever it is that I want. Whether I am successful at it or not, it doesn't matter. I just want to have the experience of doing it. It doesn't matter if I launch a business and I don't make money. I just want to have the experience of putting out what it is that I'm trying to create and share with the world. Believe it or not, when you go into it with that energy, you also will accomplish, or you will also be able to manifest financial stability and abundance. So it's coming at life in a completely different way. Oh my goodness, Cancer, this is beautiful. This is truly beautiful. So let's see. Yeah, this is letting you know that you're balancing out any of the self-doubt that maybe played a part in your life since like 2008 or since your childhood, right? Understanding, okay, I'm balancing this out. I don't only have to do those things that I'm good at. I can go out there and look at you had the Ace of Wands. I can start new things. You're inspired to start new businesses, new creative projects. Instead of doing the same exercise routine that you've been doing since 2008, some of you might be like, you know what? I think I'd like to try a different exercise routine. I'm ready to just change it up, but I don't know where to go. And then, seeking out help in what other exercise modalities are there and how do I learn them? And, it opens up your world to new people, new opportunities, and it just expands from there. What a beautiful energy. All right, let's pull a soul truth card for you. In Cancer, I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, what boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings, and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. And you know what? Cancer, I think part of this is building those healthy boundaries and not allowing people to criticize you or if they the first time you do something, right? Or allow the comments by other people to trigger you, right? That's part of the healthy boundaries. Understanding, if you have somebody in your life that's highly critical of you, you may want to have a discussion with that person and say, you know what, I'm on this new journey of discovering just new things that I'd like to try. And I would really appreciate your support in doing that. But if nothing else, I would respectfully ask that you not make any comments about, new things that I'm trying out in my life, anything negative. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. What a beautiful message. I'm so excited for you. And I wish you much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.